Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Kings of the South podcast, the NFC South podcast. I'm your host, Cory. That's my co-pilot right here, as always, TJ. He's repping his gang right now. How's it going, buddy?
Man, it's going good, man. It's been a long week. It's always funny during the NFL season. I get very impatient for the next week.
Yeah,
Like okay, we won or we lost. Like, okay, now I'm looking forward to next week. Like, I want to go ahead and get there.
yeah,
So I'm impatient, and the problem is we play on Monday Night Football at 7 p.m. So
yeah. Wait a whole
I got to
another,
wait a whole another 2 days.
well, one day because when this is shown, people will be watching on Sunday. So yeah,
That's true.
yeah,
We are
glad,
recording this Saturday night.
yeah, we're both staying up to watch the Colorado game. At least I know I am. I'm checking it out. So
Is it gonna be much of a game though?
that's true. I don't know. That's a whole different show. Um,
Yeah. We don't do college football here, but we will chime in on certain things.
yeah. But screw that. Week 2, baby. Week 2 started out with a bang. You know
Week
what I'm
two.
saying? My beloved Falcons are gonna try to become 2-0 for the first time since 2017.
Wasn't that the year y'all went to the Super Bowl?
No, 2016.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
I didn't mean to open that wound.
Hey, brother, it's already it is what it is. I've lived through it. Nothing can hurt me anymore. Okay. Yeah. So 1 o'clock game. My boys, we got the Packers. Uh, I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a good team, man. I think Green Bay is going to be a contender this year in the NFC North, and
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll be at worst a wild card team. So
Yeah.
they have a good roster, man.
Yeah. And I'm more so worried about the defense because my offensive line last week it did not go well when we tried to drop back and pass. So much so that we only called 18 passes. We were like, nope, we're not gonna do this. And
Yeah. I kind of forgot how bad y'all's passing game was until Steve Smith was talking about on his podcast. And he got some flack for it because people were saying, "Oh, he's just being a hater because he's a Panther fan and blah
I
blah
mean,
blah." But
you
but
open
he's
the
not
door.
wrong.
You
Steve
open the
Smith.
door. No, he is wrong. He is wrong because he came out. It was like, oh, Des really can't pass. Des really did this. Des really did that. But when Bryce had a shitty game last week, he ain't say nothing. He was crickets. He was quiet. So if you're gonna criticize, brother, criticize it all. Say
But
everybody have a bad game.
his big problem with the Falcons was, y'all's passing efficiency was pretty bad. Considering on our touchdown drive, Bryce threw for over 80 yards. This is in the first half. And in the middle of the third quarter, Desmond Ridder had 8 completions for 24 yards or 34 yards. One of the two. That's pretty damn bad.
There's a reason
I
for that.
mean,
We never had a long field. We had short fields every time we had the ball.
I'm just going to say this. At the end of the day, if you guys cannot throw the ball tomorrow against Green Bay, you're not beating them.
I disagree, but I can see we are going to have to play better passing
Yes.
lines. Yeah, we're going to have
Yeah.
to. But
The difference between us and Green Bay is Green Bay actually has a good offense.
I don't think the offense is as good as our defense.
We'll see.
Yep, that's true.
See.
Keys to the game: offensive line, defensive line. I don't think we have to go over that anymore. We
Well,
both.
I will say, intriguing part of this game is going to be the fact that Aaron Jones is out. Aaron Jones is not playing tomorrow, and AJ Dillon is the guy, which I think might bode well for them because I think AJ Dillon's run style is more detrimental to the Atlanta defense than Aaron Jones's run style. Y'all are fast on defense.
Here's the thing,
The
though.
ability for them to pound the rock with AJ Dillon, he has the speed and the power. I think he will be more punishing for your defense through 4 quarters.
I'm glad. The reason why I'm picking my team to win is because Aaron Jones is out. Because Aaron Jones, yeah, he may not, have the rushing game, but he is lethal in the receiving game.
Mm-hmm.
And with Troy Anderson, our starting middle linebacker, out for the game, he would have torched Nate Landman. He would have torched him. But
Yeah.
now, Nate Landman and AJ Dillon kind of the same speed. So, what's your scoring prediction?
I'm going to go 27-20 in favor of Green Bay.
Ooh, ooh,
I almost was wanting to pick Atlanta, but the Desmond Ritter effect from last week, and I say this because I believe that Green Bay's secondary is better than ours. They have Jair, we don't.
yeah, that's fair.
And that can cause problems for you guys. I think Desmond's gonna have to throw the ball to loosen up the defense. They're gonna try, and like I said, y'all might succeed to run the ball, but they're gonna do their hardest to slow you down. And at some point in this game tomorrow, you're gonna have to throw the ball because Green Bay is built in the way that you would want to defend Atlanta. They have great linebackers. They have, Kenny Clark up front. They have Jair. Okay, well, let's see what Atlanta's passing game's got. We know what your running backs can do. We got to see Drake London and Kyle Pitts earn their keep. They were both top 10 picks, and they need to live up to that hype. For you guys to win tomorrow, you have to be able to throw the ball. There is no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Like, you got to be able to throw the ball. This is the NFL. You got to be able to throw it.
Yeah, I think last week the way that Brian Burns was able to get pressure from the opening the opening gun kind of threw off our game plan. So I think with a week of preparation, I think while Green Bay is no slouch, I still think they're going to get some pressure. I don't think it's going to affect Desmond Ritter to the effect of what it did last week. I got my boys winning 23-20. I got Dez going over 200. Not crazy, 200, two tutties. Uh, yeah.
And you say two tutties last week?
I was close. I was off one. I was off one. I was off one. But I think my boys are gonna pull it off. That's all I got to say about that. We gotta make way for the premier matchup. But before we do that, let's briefly go over the Bucks. Bucks at home playing against Chicago.
Yeah.
They have some injuries. No Carlton Davis. I don't think that would matter this week.
Yeah.
I want to like Chicago, but I hate the way they call plays. I hate it. I hate it. I get
Yeah.
you
I
want
don't.
to get your quarterback in rhythm, but you're doing him a disservice by just okay, 1st and 10. We're gonna do a screen pass. Gets 1 yard. Oh, 2nd and 9. We're gonna do
Yeah.
a screen pass. Oh, you get another yard. 38. You behind the chain. What are you gonna do? You're gonna drop the pass and try to do a little quick slant. That I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah. The problem is, this is a copycat league, as they say.
Mhm.
You would think with the receivers they have and the quarterback they have that they would mimic what the Philadelphia Eagles did last year with Jalen Hurts. I
Mhm.
understand they don't have the same coaching staff, but I feel like Justin Fields is a more athletic Jalen Hurts.
Mhm.
And I think it's pivotal that they push the ball downfield. doing a bunch of dump offs and screen passes with Fields is not the way to placate to his abilities. If they can use the read option and use RPOs to get the ball to DJ Moore and Darnell Mooney and Cole Kmet, and I mean even their running backs, Rashawn Johnson and Khalil Herbert, they have weapons. There's no question the Bears have weapons offensively. Chase Claypool, someone we're not even talking about, athletically, Chase Claypool is one of the most talented receivers in the league, but route running wise, he is the laziest.
Yeah.
I just think that if the Bears are going to win this game tomorrow, they have to play to the strength of Justin Fields. He is not the most accurate passer, but if you give him easy throws downfield, he can complete passes and make plays for you. And you have to run the ball with Justin Fields. Yes, you want to protect your quarterback, but when someone as athletic as Justin Fields is at quarterback for you, you need to use that as your advantage to really get the defense on their toes, on their heels. And if they cannot run the ball tomorrow and push the ball downfield effectively, I don't see Chicago winning.
Yeah. I agree with you. In order for Chicago to win this game, they're gonna have to take the handcuffs off of Justin Fields. They're gonna
Yep.
have
Take
to
the training wheels off,
take the
man. Take
training
the
wheels
training wheels
off.
off.
Yeah, this is the NFL. You get a paycheck.
Got to.
Let
This
them
is a
play.
prove it year for Justin Fields.
Let them play.
Yeah.
I think uh, the loss of Carlton Davis for this game could be one of the bigger notes of this game.
Mm-hmm.
You got a hungry DJ Moore who was not happy with only having
Oh, yeah.
two catches. And the coaching staff is not happy about it either. They said, we gave up all this. We got him here because we thought he could unlock this offense, so we need to get him the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So I got Bears 35-33. This is going to be a high scoring game because neither team has good defenses. Well, the Bucks do, but they're missing some starters. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go 38-31 in favor of the Bucks.
Ooh, 2-0 in the division. Okay. Shake your
I
bait, baby. You're a believer now.
No, I hate that I'm even having to have this conversation. I hate Baker Mayfield. I don't like him. But I can't scoff at what he did last week. I mean, I know, Jalen Hurts lit up the Vikings defense as well on Thursday. But for Baker, I mean, man, we had matchups last year where he should have lit up defenses and he didn't. Now, given the Bucks have better receivers than we do,
Also,
but
remember who was calling plays.
that too. But yeah, I mean, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Rashad White. I expect Rashad White to have a big game tomorrow. I think Godwin and Evans, I think, are going to have big games as well. Both of them close to 100 yards receiving tomorrow. I think it's going to be a pass-heavy game for both teams, to be honest. Both secondaries are kind of wounded right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Um,
yeah, Kyle Gordon's on IR, so
yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going 38-31 in favor of the Bucks. I think it's going to be a shootout, and I think the Bucks are more equipped. Plus, is the game in Tampa?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So Tampa usually doesn't lose at home, so I'm gonna take Tampa.
All right. Well, folks, we're at that time. Monday night, the New Orleans Saints
Yeah.
travel to Charlotte, wearing their all black jerseys,
Yeah.
playing the Bryce Young led Carolina Panthers. Um, I feel like this game has some intrigue to it before they even started game planning for this week. Only
Yeah.
because of what came out from the injury aspects of Carolina. Carolina, Jesus, got dealt a bad hand, man. Got dealt a bad
We,
hand. Starting cornerback, J.C. Horn has been placed on IR for what they're disclosing as a hamstring injury, which I'm hearing two
yeah,
conflicting
hamstring
things.
tear
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, that's what I heard. It was a tear, but some people were saying, "Oh no, it wasn't a tear." He
It
told the
was.
coach he felt the pop.
Yeah.
So
It wasn't a complete tear, but it was a tear. He had a procedure done either yesterday or today, and it was a successful surgery. But they are expecting him to miss more than 4 weeks. He's on the 4 week IR. So after 4 weeks, it can come off of it. But it's not season ending at the moment. So we'll see where we are in 5 weeks. But yeah, not looking good, man. And then Brady Christensen, I didn't know he had a bicep injury after the game last week because it wasn't reported. And then like 2 days ago, came out that he's on season ending injured reserve. He's done for the year. He tore his bicep.
yeah.
So that's unfortunate. But, you know, Chandler Savala from NC State and Cade Mays will start at guard. They have not announced what side each person will be on. Thomas Brown in his press conference this week did say that he didn't really want to ruin the chemistry of Zavala playing right side. However, for those of you who are true NFL fans and college football fans, I'm an NC State fan myself. He played at NC State last year, and his original position at NC State was left guard.
And the
So the
year before
idea,
that, he played alongside Icky on the left side.
yeah,
So
yeah, oh, that's what I was about to say. Yeah. He played alongside Icky 2 years ago at NC State. He was the left guard. Icky was the left tackle. Maybe we bring that back on Monday night, and that's the left side of our offensive line. I think it's a good idea. Cade Mays has the flexibility to play both guard positions and center. And Cade Mays, hopefully he fills in well on Monday because he'll possibly be the right guard until Corbett comes back either week 5 or week 6. But the point is, the good thing is we have depth along the offensive line. For those of you who are Bucks fans, we have Ryan Jensen's brother, Nash Jensen, who is also a guard. His brother for the Bucks plays for the Bucks, and he is the center for the Bucks, but he's out for the season. Nash Jensen is a backup guard for the Carolina Panthers. So he's also in reserve role just in case Cade Mays gets injured or Zavala. So expect him to be active on Monday just to have the depth needed. So, but I
so
mean, overall, I mean, I'm not too concerned about the guard spots. I think we have some good young pieces in place to where hopefully they can develop. But secondary wise, I am concerned because we are trotting out Troy Hill and CJ Henderson and Dante Jackson.
bang bang.
So I'm not too confident in that trio. However, I think the fact that it's in Charlotte and not in New Orleans bodes well for us. We usually play better at home than we do on the road. So I expect that Charlotte crowd to be loud and hype on Monday night, our first primetime game in a long time, and Bryce Young's home debut. I'm going to go ahead and make a prediction. I'm going to say Carolina wins this game 24-17. Carolina.
I love you, buddy. You ride with your team. I get it. I understand it. But I think you guys are in trouble this week. Not only because of the offensive line, you know, to say they're battered is an understatement. You have good young pieces, but we don't know what they are. We do know what the Saints defensive line is. We know Brian Brzee is coming home. You got Isaiah Foskey, who barely played snaps last week as a rotational piece. Carl Granderson is coming on strong. Who would have thought? I didn't see it coming. Uh, and they still have Old Man River, Cameron Jordan, still giving quality snaps. secondary wise, I don't know if there's a wide receiver who can get separation on those cornerbacks unless you design plays that rub route, pick routes, and stuff like that to get get separation from that secondary. Their secondary last year was ranked in the top five. I have no reason to believe that they won't be ranked that high again this year. They're only getting better. Uh, Offensively, let me say this: if Carolina stands a chance of winning this game, their defense is going to have to lead the charge from start to finish. It has to be a true Herculean effort. Not saying they can't be done because it is Derek Carr. You know how
He's
but
turnover prone.
yes, he will give you some opportunities to get the football. But that New Orleans defense is too stout, man. If they can get the Bryce early, and if they can blanket your receivers, I just don't. I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm not a offensive coordinator because I don't see how you game plan around those players. But
I will say though, keep in mind I know I kind of jumped the gun on my prediction, but DJ Chark will be playing on Monday night, and he is the deep threat to our offense. So having 6'3" DJ Chark out there who can run a 4.3 is very valuable.
that's true. But I also watched Marshawn Lynch shut down the greatest wide receiver twice a year.
Marshawn Lattimore.
Oh, who did I say? Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, you
And
said
good.
Marshawn
I said
Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch. My boy back. My boy back.
Old Skittles.
He
Old
back in it,
Skittles.
man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Marshawn Lattimore. I watched him shut down Julio twice a year, every year. So I don't know if I had to put a prediction on it. I'll go New Orleans 20, Panthers 13. I feel like you get a touchdown.
And 2 field goals.
Yeah, some field goals, yeah. But I don't feel like New Orleans had this high flying offense, so I don't think they're going to score that many points either. Um,
Yeah. I had them scoring 17, so
yeah, it's gonna be a rough one, and I know we said it last week, but this is a must win for
yeah.
Carolina. This is it.
Yeah.
You don't want to go behind 0-2 in the division,
I
especially.
will say, yeah, I mean, especially with the way the Bucks are playing, the Falcons,
Mhm.
going down 0-2 in the division is not ideal for us at all. And next week we're at Seattle. So yeah, we definitely need to get the offense rolling this week.
Get some confidence.
Week one, everybody has struggles. I mean, look at the Chiefs, look at the Bengals. I mean, some of the best offenses in the league struggle week one.
Atlanta,
Um,
you know,
Atlanta,
hey, you know,
you're not a homer.
hey, you'll see.
But in all seriousness, I do think that I think we've seen it on Thursday with the Vikings and the Eagles. I do think these offenses that struggled week one are going to be more potent week two. And I think that's across the board. I don't think that's just Saints Panthers. I think that's every game this week.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see more scoring, more touchdowns, more big plays. Because I think the offenses are starting to get comfortable, get into a rhythm,
Mhm.
and they're starting to get loose. And I think it's going to benefit the Carolina Panthers this week. Let's not forget the New Orleans Saints got a lot of old players on that defense, man. They're one of the oldest teams in the league. And I expect our speed on defense to overwhelm Derek Carr this week. Um, Key to the game: can Brian Burns repeat what he did last week? The NFL changed their stat. They updated their stat line. Instead of Brian Burns getting 1.5 sacks from last week,
But he
he
got
got
two.
two. He got two. I expect Brian Burns to be a factor in this game, and he will get at least 1 sack.
Yeah, because we both know and we agree that Trevor Penning stinks.
He does.
While he can be a good run blocker, he can't pass block. He was getting
Yep.
whooped, beat like a drum last week. So Yeah, it's going to take another Brian Burns game. Who, I don't know if you saw his press conference. He is not happy, man. He is not happy about not having that deal done.
Yeah.
Um, and some reporters were alluding to like a mid-season trade, and instead of just shutting it down, he said, "Well, I'm not going to rule it out. That's what happens. That's what happens." That's not what you want to hear from with the best player on your roster. You don't want to hear that. And
Yeah.
the fans, the fans of the fans of the Panthers are getting restless.
Yeah.
They're
And
like,
rightfully so. I mean, can you blame them? Can you
yeah,
blame us? I include myself in that. I will say, man, I know this isn't really related to the game, but I mean, I don't blame Brian Burns for being upset. I mean, he's out here risking his health by playing on a 1 year deal. He's not guaranteed next year.
yeah,
And the fact that he is the best player on our team and he hasn't gotten paid, and then the guy last year who was paid and then traded to the 49ers, Christian McCaffrey, I mean, they weren't loyal to him.
yeah,
And it really concerns me that we haven't given him a new deal yet. And Nick Bosa's deal was signed 2 weeks ago. I'm starting to feel like Carolina is holding on to this card. And if we start off 0-5, I think that they're going to trade Brian Burns for first round picks. They're going to do what they should have done last year if they were going to do it,
yeah.
but the Rams were the only team willing to offer two first rounders.
And it was two for like years.
2025 and 2026 or 2024 and 2025. Um, but you know, if we, if we want to hit on that real quick, I'll touch on it for a few
Take
seconds.
your time, brother.
So,
This is y'all. This is it.
so you know, if I'm thinking like a GM, if I'm thinking like a GM of an NFL team like the Panthers, the logic behind trading him week 6 or week 7 is that okay, we're not starting off hot. We're 1-6, we're 1-5, whatever. Um, I believe that their mindset is get as many draft picks as possible for Brian Burns and build around Bryce Young for the future.
Yeah,
I mean, at the end of the day, as pivotal as Brian Burns is to our defense, you have to think from the GM and front office perspective, you want to surround your quarterback with as many weapons as possible. And right now, we don't have that. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I like DJ Chark, but he's injury prone. I like Adam Thielen, but he's old.
yeah,
I like LaVisca, but LaVisca's a gadget player.
yeah.
The only receiver on our team right now that I have any hope in is Jonathan Mingo.
Hmm.
I mean, I like Terrace Marshall, but he's injured too.
Yeah,
Um, I just don't know this receiving core, man. And I've been on record of saying I want us to go get T. Higgins. How do we do that? I don't know. Do we trade Brian Burns to the Bengals in a package deal for T.
ooh.
Higgins? I don't know.
Ooh.
It's not a bad idea. I mean,
I don't know, man.
I just don't know. I really don't know. I'm only spitballing ideas. Do I want us to trade Brian Burns? No. I want us to pay the man. But at this rate, if they haven't done it yet, they're not going to.
Yeah, it's getting to it is what it is territory, folks.
If it gets to week 4 and he doesn't have a deal, I think they're going to trade him before the deadline.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unfortunate, but I just feel very unsettled as a fan about this whole situation. Um, but to touch back on the game for a minute, I mean, like I said, Brian Burns is going to be a key factor to this game. How well does he play? Is he as dominant as he was last week against Atlanta? I mean, that's literally why y'all stopped throwing the ball was because of Brian Burns.
Yeah.
Um, I really think we need to force turnovers in this game. It's something we didn't do last week. We forced a couple of fumbles, but you recovered them. It's unfortunate, but that's just the way the ball bounced. This week against Derek Carr, we need to get an interception. We need to force some fumbles. We need to get takeaways. Otherwise, we're not going to beat New Orleans. We have to force turnovers.
I agree with that. And I think that's a good spot to leave it, folks. Those are our predictions. That's what we think are gonna happen. Let's get into a very solemn pour one out slash down bad award. Um, the state of New York,
Mm.
I'm pouring one out for you because both of your teams are down bad. First, let's
Down
start
bad.
with something that we if you're a true football fan, you saw coming because people like to hype up the Giants when their starting quarterback is Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
happened? Uh, they took the field Sunday night at home against the Dallas Cowboys and proceed to get one of the worst damn ass whoopings I think I've seen in the past couple of years. And that's saying a lot because I'm a Falcons fan. I seen my team get their ass whooped a lot. Uh,
Shoot, I mean, we had it last year against the Bengals.
yeah, both of us.
Yeah,
uh,
so
yeah, from from the opening whistle, it was a beatdown.
it was a slaughter. They had 33 pressures. 33.
That's
I don't
Madden.
think
That's
that's psychotic.
that's Madden. That's
Like for anybody who doesn't pay attention to stats in the NFL, 33 pressures in one game as a defense is like insane.
yeah,
33.
yeah. I think they said they had 8 players with 2 or more pressures, and 12 players on the defense had pressures. And they're
They sacked Daniel Jones 7 times, Corey. 7 times.
yeah, yeah,
It probably could have been worse if I'm being honest.
yeah.
It could
Because
have
they
been
pulled some
worse.
people. That's how 12 people get pressures because 11 people are on the field. You can't have 12.
I'm gonna be honest, man. We can pour one out for New York fans, but man, also pour one out for just the fact that the Giants front office paid Daniel Jones as much money as they did. And I know you're gonna have fans, they're gonna sit there and say, well, his offensive line wasn't blocking for him. Daniel Jones is trash.
Yeah,
He's not good.
it's
He's
not.
not.
He he,
And
he is
Kirk
what he thought
Cousins
he
would have
is.
been a better quarterback for the Giants this year than Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
I'm just being honest.
yeah,
Kirk Cousins is way underrated. I know people say he just lost in prime time again, but man, does he play his ass off. I mean, Kirk Cousins, statistically, he wasn't the reason they lost. Their defense is just that bad.
terrible.
Terrible.
You
They
know,
could not stop a nosebleed.
we're gonna pull one out for them too, because again, we addressed it in the offseason. They didn't add anything to their defense.
They lost.
Nothing.
They lost Zendarius Smith. They got rid of him.
Yeah.
They get rid of Pierce. Pierce is gone.
Dalvin Tomlinson gone.
Yeah.
And you gonna try out there Marcus Davenport? I don't. All right, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Henry, what was it? Phillips from
Yeah,
Stanford, played in Buffalo.
Harrison Phillips. Yeah,
Harrison Phillips. There you go.
yeah,
Yeah.
and so pour one
Bad
out for
decisions
them.
across the NFL.
Yeah. Also, what could turn out to be a bad decision. The New York Jets, man. Golly, I've never seen that fan base have so much hope. And I literally went to use the bathroom and I come back and Zach Wilson is behind center. I say, wham bam, what the hell just happened? What is this? Aaron Rodgers
So
throws.
is this the segment of down bad?
Yes.
This is down bad for the Jets fans out there, okay? Close friend of mine, Ryan. Um, I know you're down bad right now, man. Zach Wilson is once again your quarterback. There was so much excitement in New York, the Big Apple, for Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers played 4 downs, and he's done for the year. Torn Achilles. He had successful surgery. He says he's gonna be back next year. He's motivated, cool, happy for you. But I'm gonna be honest, all the hype is kind of
So
fizzled out.
yeah, it's over
It's
with.
fizzled out. We don't care. I don't care. You come back next year, I don't care. I know it's not his fault. Injuries happen, but damn, man, that sucks. I would hate to be a Jets fan right now.
Yeah.
I feel worse for them than I do my Panthers because at least my Panthers, I knew. I mean,
You knew what it was. You
at
did,
worst, we
yeah,
were
you
just going to
did,
be like 6-11 this year.
yeah, you didn't have Super Bowl hopes. They,
I
you
didn't have
know,
Super Bowl aspirations. I did not. I mean, let's be honest. So down bad as Jets fans, man, and they really down bad because they
yeah.
had all these aspirations for a Lombardi Trophy this year.
Hmm.
I don't see that happening. They'd be lucky if they make the playoffs this year.
Yeah. And the look on, we're about to close it out, folks, but the look on Robert Sala's face, that was priceless.
He was defeated.
Yeah.
They did a time lapse of like 2 minutes before and 2 minutes after. He looked defeated.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, down bad award, state of New
New
York,
York Jets,
all of you. We're
the
we
Big
see
Apple.
y'all. There's nothing we can do except for we'll leave you in our thoughts and prayers. But I think we're gonna get out of here, buddy. What do you say?
Yeah, man. I look forward to the games tomorrow. Good luck with your fantasy matchups, everybody.
Yeah.
And let's enjoy this NFL Sunday. And we'll see you Sunday night or Monday.
Maybe.
We'll see. We'll decide on the schedule, and we'll be posting in a few days. Reviewing the games, and look forward to seeing it.
All right, y'all. We got it.